welcome to another episode of Team Madmullet Fishing Adventures. Today we're at the beautiful Rainbow Beach, Double Island Point.
In this episode, we're going to focus a little bit on four-wheel driving and a little bit on fishing. Now, the reason why we're doing this is Double Island Point, Rainbow Beach is such a beautiful place. We want to share it with you guys at home. Now, there's nothing better than coming down to the beach, doing a bit of beach camping, get away from the big smoke and bring your family here. There's nothing better. So let's go do it. Alright guys, we're on Rainbow Beach side. Just have all these magnificent colours in these cliffs. Now, you can't beat it. It's beautiful over here. You got a nice calm surf beach, beautiful backdrop of these colourful cliffs. It's magnificent over here. We'll keep going down the beach. Right guys, we just arrived at our first destination. This little spot we've chosen, we're going to be chasing a few whiting, a few dark, rip, maybe even a little flathead. As you can see over here, there's a sandbait, down about 50 metres, and just this side of it is a nice little gutter. Now we're going to be fishing this little gutter and see if we can get a whiting. I'm just using a little bit of actually octopus for bait. I'm just getting a little bite at the moment, actually it's a little bump. That's only a little fish. Just a little whiting. He's undersized, so we're going to have to put him back. The rig I'm using is fairly simple. Number size 6 hook onto a running sinker using 8-pound main line, 2,500 size reel and a 1 to 3 kilo rod. Right guys, just using a little bit of octopus tentacle. All you have to do, feed it on your hook like a bit of a worm so it sits nice and straight. Hook's fully exposed. I'm casting about 20 to 30 metres in front of us. Just get into that little bit deep water, but it's only about waist deep we're actually fishing.
Alright folks, we're using one 3 kilo rod today, 2,000 size reel, 8-pound braid, fishing for whiting, using octopus at the moment for bait. Getting a few little nibbles at the moment, just got to be patient with these little guys and don't strike too hard. Oh, here we go now, we've just got one. This guy here, it's undersized. Using a bit different rig to Kurt, using just a sinker with a small leader about 1/2 metre long with a swivel. There you go.
We're actually over the northern side of Double Island Point, Rainbow Beach side. It's a perfect place to bring your kids, and there's barely any surf here, so it's quite protected. And the kids will have a ball catching little whiting and little dark. Little dark, I think. Yeah, the little dart. You know, what kid wouldn't love coming down here, catching these? What kid wouldn't like coming down here and catching these little fish? Alright guys, we've just got to the cut-in track from Rainbow Beach to Double Island Point. Now, the sand can be quite soft here, so just use a steady pace. You don't need to accelerate hard. It's just a steady movement and you'll get on the beach quite safely, and always give way to traffic. Just that easy.
Alrighty guys, when you're driving along the beach, there is speed limits. 50 kilometers through the camping areas and 80 on the other parts. They're all signposted, make sure you obey these. Otherwise you can get fined because road rules apply on the beach. Now when you're driving along the beach, you've got hard sand, soft sand, you've got a bit different sands throughout. On your hard sand, you can cruise along in 4-wheel high or 2-wheel drive if you want to. But look, it's suggested 4-wheel high most of the way and you'll be sweet. When you get into thicker sands, like going through cuttings and up the tracks, 4-wheel low, you will need that. Now when you're traveling down here, you'll see washouts just like this one here. You've got to be very careful because when you're traveling at 80 kilometers an hour, these are like speed bumps and they're pretty bad. So people do roll their 4-wheel drives hitting these very hard. Now we're coming into some soft sand here. Try and stick to the tracks, because if you don't stick to the tracks, it makes a lot more work on your vehicle. So just keep a constant pace and you'll be fine. Now when you're going down the beach and you end the camping zone, at either end there are bin points. It's good to put your rubbish because there is no rubbish bins anywhere except at either end of the bin. So when you finish camping, take all your rubbish with you. If not, take it home, put it in the bins here, and then keeps the environment good for years to come. Alrighty folks, the best thing about coming down to Double Island Point is you don't need to run these aggressive tyres. You can run your all-terrains or your normal road tyres, you know, on any sort of all-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. Pressures, more footprint you've got on the sand, the better it is. So if you run your tyres around 15 psi, you'll be sweet. If you do start getting bogged and bogging down a bit, you can do it a little bit less, but you run the risk of running the tyre off the rim. Alrighty folks, up here in Double Island, you have very soft sand. This sand here is like sinking sand. The more you move on it, the further you sink. So the idea is, when you get bogged, have your snatch strap, have all your gear ready to go, just like we have. We have been stuck, so let's get us out. Got out of that is snatch straps. They're like a big elastic band, so they might look quite thin, but when you put strain on them, it's like 5 times the amount of pulling power. So that's why we have a car out the front, pulls it, slingshots us out, you keep a bit of power on, pulls you out onto the harder ground, and then you're all sweet. Another thing to remember guys is, when you're doing this, it can be very dangerous. Things do break. These things are very elastic, so it can hurt someone if a D-shackle comes off, it can hit them, it can kill them. So the best thing is, have each driver in the car, everyone else 50 meters away or behind something.
Alrighty guys, now, when looking for a gutter on the beach, which one do I choose, you ask? Well, all the gutters hold fish, it's just a matter of finding a deeper one. Now as you can see just over to our left here, it's not a bad little gutter, it's not too shallow, it's not too deep. As you go along, just if you find a gutter that you really like, just remember where it is so you can come back to it if you can't find anything further up. Now as you can see along this stretch here, it's all rough water, there's not much gutters there. So, I don't want to miss it. Alrighty guys, just arrived on the eastern side of the island now. We're fishing the surf here. We just found a little gutter with nice blue water that's just out in front of me. And at the moment we're just tarting dart and whiting. Pretty much the same principle as the other side of the island. This is a little bit more turbulent. And there we have it. Nice little dart. Alrighty, this fella's a bit small, so I'll put him back. Basically the rig we're using, sinker, number 3 ball sinker. onto a swivel, half a minute trace, down to a little hook and a piece of squid. We're just casting it 20 metres in front of us. Waiting for that bite. There guys, just get another little bite at the moment. A little fish, it's nothing much. There we go. Nice little whiting, he's undersized, so he has to go back in the water. What we've changed baits now. We've actually used the good old pippy. All along these beaches here, you can find these. When you're low tide or anything on halfway out, you do a little twist in the sand, you feel something hard under your foot, it's usually a pippy. So, crack your shell open, and you have your mussel inside. Chuck these on your hooks, chuck them out in the surf, and they're a very good bait. Got another little fish. A little bit of whiting, not huge, still undersized, but still good fun to catch in these small gutters. Once again, a good old pippy. Crack them open. As you can see, that's a beautiful little bait in there. Yep. As you can see, perfect little gutter has formed just out in front of me. Nice deep hole before it gets to the next sandbank. And all these fish feeding this gutter, pick up all the scraps that get washed up off the beach here. Fairly easy fishing, so get out there and give it a go.
Alright guys, we've arrived at our last destination of the weekend, up here at the tip of Double Island, chasing trevally and kingies. Today the weather has been a bit sour, so unfortunately we can't go down and fish off the rocks today for you guys, as it's a bit dangerous, so yeah, we'll have to reschedule.
Yeah, that's right. So please stay tuned for the coming episode where we will return to Double Island Point and target these trevally and kingies. Till next time folks,